Hello, my name is Ivanna Montiel and I will present my research paper, which used in advertising in social networks to motivate young people. Marketing semiotics is one of the most important areas to study communication and meaning in the marketplace. It provides the market with the tools to the new advertising concepts and bring new advertising messages through using meaningful signs and symbols to a variety of products or services. This research paper outlines the importance of language use in advertising in social networks to motivate young people, particularly the age range 18 to 25 years old, leading concepts in semiotics like conceptual ads, personalization, functionality, creativity, and other are presented. This is because of the fact that concepts are commonly used as reference in a file of advertising. The importance of language to motivate young people will be discussed from the view of advertising campaigns. The study will analyze two types of different campaigns, one of which aimed to young people using an informal language, and the other aimed to adults using more formal language. The research will be held in the city of Mérida, Yucatan in Mexico, because by focusing on this location, the data will be more accurate and easier to manage. This project it is centered on people from the age group of 18 to 25 years old, since the principal ads in the research are aimed at youth. For the experiment, the gender of the people will not be taken into account. However, the focus will be on socioeconomic levels D+, C, and C+, because the project in general focuses on advertising campaigns in social networks, so they must have a device with internet. A hypothesis for this research paper has been formulated according to this information with the purpose of demonstrating the importance of language use to the young customer. The hypothesis of this project is the characteristics of the correct language use will motivate and attract the youth people to become a regular customer for a brand and create a loyalty between brands and their clients through their advertising. Informal language is considered to be the most appropriate for a campaign focused on a group of young consumers, specifically in the 18 to 25 age range. This research paper has two types of variables, independence and dependence. They will value the hypothesis stated in the thesis. The independent variables will be the language used in ads direct to young people, the type of language used in advertisement direct to adults, the correct vocabulary used in ads for youth, specific words in advertisement direct to adults, the image, visual language used in ads to direct young people, and the type of image, visual language used in advertisement for adults. In the same way, the dependent variables will be the sales of the brand to will be advertised, the engagement of the brand in its social media, and the demand of the product to be advertised. These dependent variables are the variables thought to be changed or influenced by the independent variables. Design of the research process. This research is based on a hypothesis on the subject, which will be tested through an experimental phase. In this phase, through advertising campaigns aimed at different target audiences will be carried out, in which independent variables are given. These variables give rise to the dependent variables. Theoretical research is fundamental in the process, since the experiment will be based on it in order to obtain the expected results and achieve a fundamental and key point for the research. Then, materials. For this research, both graphic and theoretical materials were used to support the hypothesis and test it in the best possible way, since the hypothesis is based on comparing two advertising campaigns aimed at different audiences. The graphic material, in this case the ads, are fundamentally necessary to develop the project in the best way. On the other hand, to know the statistics and scope, it is necessary to conduct a survey where the impact that the advertisement had on young people and the reason why it caught their attention, so the importance of the language in the ads can be observed. Likewise, the material with the necessary information about the advertising language is required in order to know how to orient the advertising campaigns to achieve successful results and not lose the objective of the research paper. Timeliness. To carry out this experimental research paper properly, the process management was between 7 and 8 months. First, the theoretical research part was carried out to be able to start from a sustainable point and with foundation. This part was during the first 4 months, where articles, books, theses related to the language in advertising were searched. Then, in the following month and a half, the methodological phase was introduced, where the hypotheses, variables, and the experiment to be carried out were proposed. Finally, in the remaining time, the experiment was implemented, that is, the advertising campaigns. In the same way, the hypothesis was tested through a survey of the target audience, where the statistics of the experiment could be observed. And the experimental phase. The role of visual concepts in advertising is discussed. In addition, the symbolic messages are decoded using semiotics analysis in order to compare the different strategies that are utilized to target different customer groups according to demographic variables such as gender and age. By means of an experimental method, it is planned to expose a control method in two types of campaigns, one of which will be using language aimed at young people between 18 and 25 years of age, while the other will be using language aimed at adults. The first campaign will be aimed at young people, and it will be of great importance to use the right language to influence them to become customers of the brand, using informal and colloquial language to attract their attention, while the second campaign will focus more on adults with formal language, so that young people will not be attracted to this type of advertisement and will not be encouraged to become consumers. The visual language is equally relevant. The image and graphics used in the advertisements can capture the attention of young people or can damage the objective. Within the visual language also be the colors, the shapes, and the hierarchy used. Keywords will be added in this project as well as the use of metaphors to achieve a greater reach among young people. And last, a survey will be conducted among young people, where we'll be able to analyze which campaign caught their attention, why, if the ad encouraged them to buy the product, what must caught their attention, and why the other campaign did not attract them. Thank you for your attention.